cheers. I think, hey, celebrate.
Celebration of the finalizing of the Cambodia portion of the Death in Cambodia, Life in America podcast. So, hey everybody, my name is Dorothy. I'm your host of the podcast, Death in Cambodia, Life in America. And we have here
Robert and the
person that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So today we are doing kind of like an interview style with some glasses of wine. We had several people submit questions to Robert about his past, about his experiences through Cambodia, and we're going to dive in just a little bit here. So, before we get started, make sure you get topped off with some wine, because we're going to have some pretty hard questions.
If something that I say that you guys don't like it, don't take it, personally, because that's a wine. It's not me.
We have the wine for backup.
Okay. So, all right.
So, cheers. Bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yep.
So, we finished the Cambodia portion of everything. How do you feel?
I feel awesome. I feel great. Feel release. It's a huge release. It been buried in my inside for so long.
Did you think that this would have that kind of reaction on you at all? Sharing your story? Did you expect that this was going to happen?
No, I didn't expect this, to happen, but what I want to send the message to my children, to my 4 kids. So just want you guys to know that how I went through in my teenage life to survive, and all of that. So just want you guys to understand that the life in America, you guys have everything. I just want you guys don't take it for granted. That's the whole, that's what I want. I didn't know that, this is great. This is awesome. So I think, that you dragged me into this. It was scared. It was afraid. Not because of I scared to be it's not come out good or bad, but I was afraid and scared that pull my feeling back to that horrible place.
This was probably, and I mentioned this in the podcast too, how this is probably the first time that you had ever gone back to these horrible places, had gone back so deep. I think when I was growing up, and what a big inspiration for me starting the podcast was, we would grow up and we'd have these big dinners in the house, whether it be Thanksgiving or something, or you'd open a glass of wine and you would sit there and you would always mention, going through the jungles of Thailand, and you talked about that. And when you talked about that, the feeling in the entire room just kind of like changed. Everybody was listening. It almost kind of felt like it's like a completely different story. Like nobody could even believe it was real.
Yeah.
And we're getting older. You're getting older. If we don't capture these stories now, I think they would be forever lost. And so,
well, that's why I say, it's good. I think that you pulled me, convince me to do this podcast. So because, when you were young, I think you mentioned, at the dinner table, and that I always want to, to share to a little bit information. See if you guys interested in listen. But I think you guys did. I mean, everybody just listen and all. That is just a very small percentage of the whole story of my life that I went through in Cambodia. So I think to answer you say this is awesome, this is great, I feel great, I feel good. Yes, we went through a very emotional thing when we did the podcast a couple of months ago, but I think after it done, I tried to forget. I tried so many years, I just tried to forget so I can have a normal life. I don't have to suffer. But the more you try, the more you remember. I learned one thing. I think after this, it's very important. You try to forgive. To forgive instead of forget, then it makes your life a little bit more easier. And plus, it's all of these podcasts, and now I have to spill it all out. Spill it all, whatever you remember, that whatever you went through. It's a big release. It's awesome. It's great. Yes. I can sleep at night. Good. It was a nightmare. I always dream. It's killing. Went through that horrible time almost every night, and you just sometimes you have a hard time to sleep. That's why I use a lot of a sleeping pill, just to calm your mind down. Try to get a good rest.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after this podcast here, I think today is awesome. I think we celebrate not just the podcast. I just my health is getting way better. Yes, sleep better. So I hope the listener, I mean whoever the survivor, Cambodian survivor out there, should try it. Should try it, and then see it works. Just talk to your kid, or find somebody that willing to listen a little bit of your story, because we all have different story. My story, it's complete. I'm sure it's gonna be different from other people that's survivor out there. Maybe it's even worse than me. Even whatever.
Right.
Just join the group. Talk about your story. Talk it out.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. I think but when you try it, and then how it feel, if you don't try it, you don't know. I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to write a book. I told you, right? I even almost hired the guy, author, what is David something, to write my
Autobiography.
Yeah. We end up, but you convinced me to do the podcast. I think it's a lot more detailed, and it is true.
I think a lot of people want to share their story, but don't have the courage to go back to the past. I think why do you think you're so different? Why do you think you're so open to it?
Well, I think we all suffer. The people that survive in Cambodia.
Everybody.
Nobody want to go back to that spot. Nobody. But then a lot of people want to release that pain too. How you gonna do it? Depend on the medication? I don't think it's good because in my family is all in medical field. Like which is in
Right.
it's
Right.
all medical, all
Right.
doctor. So I understand a little bit about medicine, a little bit, not a whole lot. Just, if the whatever you take, it's not gonna be good for you if you continue taking it because it's gonna have a side effect.
Right.
Then what other way that you can just release this pain? This is not a regular pain. This is not like, or you hurt your muscle or something.
Yeah.
It's just like the
Really deep trauma.
trauma. Yeah.
Yes, trauma.
So why I have a gut to maybe I've been through the Cambodian camp. I always take risk. Always. That probably have to do with the survival too. It's the same as the rest of the people.
Right.
But my mind always take risk. If it makes sense, I will try it. So this is I will try it. It work. It feel great. Is it I'm better than the people out there, the survivor? No. That's why I just want to send a message.
Yeah.
I'm not smarter than them. I'm not stronger than them. But you gotta have to try it. You have to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you were put through those experiences for some reason?
What do you mean by then? Some reason put through that experience? You mean the Cambodian?
Yeah, through the Khmer Rouge.
So, what you can learn from that experience? That's what you mean? Or?
I guess if you were to look back, if you were to look back in the Khmer Rouge,
right?
Do you think that you survived for some reason? Why is it? Do you feel that you survived and other people didn't?
Wow, that's a really, really tough. I think it's probably luck too. I cannot answer 100%, but to survive in Cambodia, why other people cannot survive? I believe I'm just lucky. 50% is luck. The 50% that I learned from, you have to be positive, thinking positive all the time. Don't give up. Just remember one thing. When you're taking breathe in and breathe out, that's mean you still have a chance. Remember that. You always have a chance to get out of this situation or to survive. So you're going to be alert all the time around you. I always have a stick, always bamboo stick, something. You know why I always have that? Because when the rat running out from the hole or somewhere, the guy that empty hand, have no stick, no nothing, never gonna get that rat. That's food right there. That's a why.
Yeah.
So if a snake coming out, run across, everybody chasing. But I always have a small, short, long stick. I always have it on my hand. Because every time when the soldier guard us through the forest, when you're coming back, you have empty hand. Sometimes you just carry the stick.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna see
in front of you.
Yeah. And then the empty hand is never gonna get the bird, never gonna get the rat.
Yeah.
I got the rat because I got a long stick. I just
smack it.
That's how the key thing to survive too. I believe that's from my experience. And then plus you're gonna be alert all the time. You cannot talk. When you talk, can kill you. Your word, it can kill you. Because all these soldiers, if you say something, maybe your voice high a little bit, they kill you. You don't know. You cannot read their mind. So a lot of people that get out from the Khmer Rouge regime on that camp, any camp in Cambodia, even got into the United States, they don't want to talk. They probably they still scared from that 4 years survival.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
I can feel it. Why I speak out, why I willing to try it, maybe other people, maybe they still are scared. Maybe they're afraid. It's still inside there.
Yeah.
So, yes, 50% is luck. Why am I survive? Why the 3 million people is gone, died, starvation, any kind of whatever it costs. But me, I went through the same thing, but you prepare. See, sometimes when you walk, you always have a chance. As long as you're still breathing, remember, don't give up. You still, maybe not 100% chance, maybe only, 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever, you still have a chance. Don't give up that 1% or 2%. A lot of people just give up. They just, whatever. No.
I think this sort of positive mentality, this positive thinking is something that a lot of people have mentioned to me that is so incredible about your story and about you. I mean, if people were to meet you today, I have had so many people come up and tell me that they cannot believe what you've been through because your mentality and the way that you carry yourself, you're just so happy and you're so positive. Why? I guess my question is, do you think that's something that was built through the Khmer Rouge, or do you think that's just you? And where did that mentality come from?
I think, we are born with 25 to 30% gene, whatever, who you are, you have 30%. That 30% is not going to change. Not going to change. If you're born as an aggressive person, as the slow, whatever the gene is, that comes with you, 30%. The 70%, that's what you have to train, to learn, to, whatever's out there, that's what the society, even in the camp.
Yeah.
That's how I learned the survival. You just go and, not because I'm better than other people. You just have to need to pay more attention to whatever the situation in front of you.
Yeah.
In front of you.
Yeah.
And the reason why you pay attention because you want to survive. The reason why you want to pay attention every single minute around you because you want to looking for food. I always get food. I always get rat because, and then one more thing, to survive, you gotta have to share. You have to try to share with the people that around you, whatever you can, because I can prove it to you. This is in a survival situation. If you can get that food, one rat, of course, it's not enough. It's not really fill you up. But you share just maybe one or two, half of that to one or two more friends. And then the next day, when they got food, because you cannot guarantee that you can get food get the rat and the snake every single day. So when you share with 5 or 6 people, and then these 6 people, you have more chance to get more food. Of course, it's not going to fill it up, but you know what? At least you have some protein for that day to survive to the next day. It's so important. sharing is so important.
The power of
The
community.
power of community, yeah. So you cannot share with one rat to 20 people. That's gonna be really, really tough.
Yeah.
But just try the best. 5 or 6 people. Then when they got the food, then they share back,
Yeah.
and all of these things here. So that's and then I told my group, I call it group because we sleep together.
Right.
In I said you guys better carry a small stick, man. I mean, this is an important tool.
Right.
Not your bare hand, bamboo stick or whatever,
Be prepared.
Be prepared,
Yeah.
When you see the fish, you just jump and hit with the stick.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's how you survive too. I think it's help.
Right.
And a little thing that you can think of about, I think it's help.
Right. Do you ever feel guilty that you survived
and other people
didn't?
Okay. Not really, because I think it probably it's a purpose for each of us. I cannot. Of course, I want every single one to survive, but that's not my call. That's not. It just. I feel sad. I feel bad that my friend that did nothing wrong. They grab him and hit with the bamboo and die and scream and yell. What I did wrong before you kill me, just give me one reason so I can close my eye. They didn't even help. They didn't know why they tortured him. Yes, I feel bad. That's my friend.
Yeah.
Yes. I try my best. One of my friends, the last food that he had is from me. He didn't have enough food.
Right.
Because he's sick so bad. They have, what do you call it?
Malaria. Malaria.
It's cold and hot, and then I give my food, my share to him. The next day he died. But before he died, he said, "Thank you. I'm happy to go, because it's too suffer. But at least, when you ask me, if that time all these people die, I think I'm glad that they died. You know why? Because they don't have to suffer. I gave up too, the last, almost, that I was sick. They treat me like an animal and all of that in a hospital.
They put coconut juice in your vein.
Coconut juice in you. I just don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live anymore. I said, this is too much. This is so much suffer. See, sometimes it just, when you ask at that time, I don't think nobody feel that bad. Now, here, then it's a different.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't feel it's a regret anything, or yes, I feel bad. I feel sad that they cannot survive. Now, today, I'm able to drink wine. I'm able to, sit a beautiful cows and all of these things here with the 4 beautiful children. Hey, I think they should deserve that. I mean, all the human beings. But I cannot. I don't know. But to answer that, depend on the timing that you ask me. If you ask me 45 years ago when I was in a camp, it's probably going to be a different answer.
Yeah. If you had the option to do your life over again, and erase your experience through the Khmer Rouge, would you do it?
You know, no. No. Before podcast, yes. Now, no. I feel like I have a special story, a special situation that a lot of people that didn't have a chance to went through what I went through, what I learned. No, definitely. I feel like I'm graduate in a no school that can teach you this,
Kind of lesson.
lesson. No, no.
I think that's a very interesting thing to say because a lot of people who generally go through a lot of hardships, you ask them that same question, you would think the answer would be yes.
No.
But actually, the strength that you gain through surviving something like this is so is you can't put a price on it.
No.
Really.
No, because I think, I learned so much. I think, so much, and that can use as the tool to improve my life. That's how I use the same strength, the same mentality, the same philosophy that I'm surviving over there. Now I'm gonna apply it to in my life in the America.
In America.
So that's why I always happy. Even I have $10, I'm exciting, I'm happy. Even I have $10 million, I still happy. Even today, if we only have a small portion of food, I'm still happy. I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied what I have. Do I have dream to get bigger? Yes, I did. When I was young, I always, I said, I want to push myself the best I can, see how far I can go. I gotta push it. That's what I did. Papa worked 20 hours a day, 20 years, never have 1 day off. Because this is nothing compared to what I went through.
Yeah.
The food that people complain, oh God, this and that. Yeah, but you cannot blame them because they don't understand, they don't know what the food that able to survive.
They never had to starve.
They never had to starve, see?
How did it change your mentality on life?
Well, I think, the Khmer will teach you, I don't think Khmer will teach you experience how to survive, how to listen to your heartbeat, every single heartbeat that you beat. Just don't give up. It just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why I'm here. I never give up. I don't think I'm gonna be retired. I can't. It just.
It's in your blood.
And it's in your blood.
To keep running.
To keep running. To enjoy it. Whatever you have. Whatever you like to do. I guess that's very. Everybody should do. Everybody, should, listen to their own heartbeat. Yeah.
One more question. What do you wish you can tell the future generations?
Learn to not to give up, not to take anything for granted. It's easy to say than done, but if you got a chance just go to sea to a very poor countries, as kid that try to survive, that try to, you know, it's not to give up. I think that's a very important thing. Don't give up your dream. Whatever your dream is, just follow it. Just try it. Just don't give up.
Be grateful.
Be grateful. Yes.
You're still breathing.
Yep, exactly. Yep. You still have a chance. It doesn't matter what. It's as long as you're still breathing. Yes. All right. Wow.
Cheers, Bob.
This is great. Now it's your turn.